Okay, so we're learning about the fire, right? And the water, and the air, and the earth. So these correlate to the face of the lion, the face of the ox, the face of the eagle, and the face of the man that are on the chariots in the prophecy, in the Tanakh. So these are corresponding to hesed, the sphere of hesed, which is loving kindness. That's water. Okay. Then we have gevurah, strength is fire. Then we have tiferet. It's the combination and it's beauty. It's the compassion. That's a secret of wind, of air, which is both hot and wet. So it's a combination of the hot and the wet. It gives you air. That would be, in physics, that would be steam, right? So you have, that's the tiferet. And malchut, which is the kingdom, that's the earth, which is both cold and dry. And that's the malchut, that's the kingdom. So these four are opposites. They're opposites of each other. And the water is the opposite of fire. The air is the opposite of earth. And you can also say that these four basic elements, these foundations, that's a secret of the name of God, Havaya, which is Rachamim. So if we see here, I'll bring it up closer. This is the tiferet. And here we go. We have, in the tiferet, you have the Yud K Vav K over here. And that's corresponding to the Rachamim, the compassion, because the tiferet is the compassion. Okay, so then we have then they're the opposite of the malchut. The malchut is the earth, which is the kingdom, and that's the name of malchut, the kingdom. That corresponds to judgments, and this is the name Aleph Daled Nun Yud. That's a corresponding name to this sphera, and that's the malchut. And they're very different attributes, right? Just like fire and water are very different. So also, it's the same thing. The way God relates to us with these names is very different in the same way. And the malchut, which is what actually the kingdom, it's what rules in this world. That means it's and it makes things happen. That's the thing with malchut, that it's this sphera, this kingdom, that actually manages things down in more practical ways. And one is riding. So we have like a rider, like a rider and a horse, and the rider is on the horse. So one is riding on the other one. So we have up here by tiferet, we have the Yud K Vav K. That's like the rider, which is also guiding, and that's the tiferet. That's the compassion. And it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't do the work. It doesn't the actual work. It's done by the malchut, by the kingdom. like the horse is doing the actual running. The horse is actually doing the running. So the actual work and doing things is done by the malchut, but it's guided and rode by the tiferet, by the yud kei vav kei. Okay. So we have these two letters, yud and hey, of chachma and bina. So we have chachma, wisdom, bina, understanding. This has the letter yud, right? This bina, this understanding, has the letter hey. So yud is the 10th letter of the alphabet. Hey is the 5th letter. Okay, and they're written on this one letter, which is the letter of vav. Vav is the 6th letter of the alphabet, and the letter vav is in tiferet. In tiferet, so we have yud, we have hey, and then we have vav, and these two are written on this letter vav. Okay, and through the tiferet, through this compassion and this beauty. So that's how the decision, like the decision behind what's going to be done, what kind of actions are going to be taken, that's over here in the tiferet. So we have on the vav, the 6th letter of the alphabet, we have the aleph, we have these two letters, the yud and the hey, and that's put on the vav of the tiferet. So basically, this is a very very basic thing of what we're talking about. I'm sure many of you heard about they say the 4 elements. These are talking about the 4 sides of the chariot, and it's talking about these spheres, where we have the different, these 4 major aspects, which are opposite, but when they're combined together in this way, so then we actually get a physical reality, where you can have different things happening, right? A different picture, a complex world made out of all these things. It's always a mix. You have the loving kindness. It goes through to the gevurah. Then it's mixed in the tiferet, and then it's brought down to action in the malchut. Okay, so B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to learn more tomorrow.